Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our gameplay of Dune Imperium. It's season 1 setup round, so we're going to go through the setup. We've got an unboxing video where I kind of went through the materials for it. Since Dune is out this month around the world, I think if you're in Europe, it probably came out in September already, but Asia, it's first weeks of October. US, I think it's October 22nd. So we'll play Dune Imperium, and we'll play Gale Force 9 Dune. Also, shout out to Dune Revenant, the 25 anniversary edition hardcover of the classic pre-prequels 7th Dune novel fan fiction. It's a little bit of internet history. Can check this out. There is extra material in the back, and join the legend, support the channel. Okay, so let's jump right into setup. I've done a little bit of the preliminary setup just to get us going here. Components that'll be in the game. We'll play a basic solo game just to kind of get through that. And let's start out with the rulebook. The rulebook's quite cool, right? So the board is definitely deck building and worker placement style gameplay. So let's go into the different components. I've got the components broken out basically, and we'll move stuff off into the box as we don't need it for this first solo game. They've got different house card components. So if we check out those card components, let's go into the setup. So the setup is quite cool. They've got this barcode that you can watch how to set it up from the game producer, so that's kind of cool. I haven't watched it yet, but that might be fun. So first of all, let's pick our houses. I'm going with the solo rule. So if you just check ahead to the solo rule setup, it says you can choose 2 leaders, one of each rival during the game, and they say we recommend you play Paul. Don't play Paul Atreides as a rival. Your first solo game, use Earl Memnon Thorvald and Glasso the Beast Raban. So here's the Beast Raban. We'll make him our first rival, and we'll have Earl Memnon Thorvald. So this is not a character I'm familiar with, even though I think I've forgotten all the Dune prequel books, but the other characters we don't need, but we will take. I thought of playing Paul, but this kind of seems like a prequel game, so let's make this as back in the days of of Duke Leto Atreides. So we'll have him be our character. So we'll play Duke Leto, we'll put the other characters back, and as a result, we will not need the green components. So green components can go back in the box. Next up is, let's go back to the main setup. So it says place the Mentat token in the Mentat board space. So there's a Landsrad Council with a Mentat token, and place the 4 Alliance tokens along the side here. So we've got the Emperor, the Spacing Guild, the Bene Gesserit, and the Fremen. So the 4 Alliance tokens go on the sideboard. Next up is create a conflict deck. So we've got the conflicts decks separated here, and I've got the cards all bagged. The game shop I bought this for sent me the card sleeve, so I thought that was cool. So first it says shuffle the 4 stage 3 conflict cards. So we'll shuffle those up. We'll shuffle the 2 cards, and then we'll just deal 5 2s down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These will go back in the box. And then the 4 cards, we just take 1. So we'll shuffle these up. Shuffle. We take one type conflict card, and then we can place these, and I'll translocate this to, where do those go? Put this here for now. We put these on a conflict deck area, so we do 3, 2, on top and then one on top. And then they have the conflict deck can be placed right here, I guess. So we put the conflict deck here. This is the discard for the conflict deck. So that little gray space, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but that's there. Okay, next up is prepare these cards along the edge of the board. Shuffle the intrigue cards. So intrigue shuffled. And we put these in C1 here. So intrigue cards are, let's give them a fan here. One more. Intrigue cards go here at the top corner. So we will fan these, do one more cut, and intrigue cards are placed. Next we will do the shuffle the Imperium deck, which I believe is this one. Well, that's quite a deck to shuffle. Let's also sort of fan these. We'll shuffle these as this, and then we can take two smaller decks. It's quite a big deck here. Shuffle these in. Shuffle these in. And then we can build a deck from these. Okay, so shuffle these down, and it says deal 5 cards face up to form an Imperium row. So that is the row here. So we'll put these here. We will do 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't look shuffled. Let me reshuffle. I will reshuffle those. I'll place these better. So I will reshuffle them and reshuffle when we start the turn 1. So that's just the placement. And then we separate the reserve cards into 3 stacks. Fold space. Fold space. The spice must flow. And Arrakis liaison. So again, I'm going to reshuffle these. It looks like the shuffle's not that good. So okay, so great. Next we will go to each player takes a leader and places it in front of him. So we've got the leaders. The leader of solo game is Ducaledo. For your first, they recommend Paul, but we're just going to go with Ducaledo, right? So we'll just, he has, it says choose a leader with just 1 icon, but that's fine. Well, maybe just to go along with the recommended, we'll just try, we'll try Paul Atreides to make it simple, okay? So we'll use Paul, make it simple, and next we put their icons beside them. Each player takes a 10-card starting deck, so I will shuffle those out. We can do that later. Each player takes 1 water, so we'll dump these water tokens beside us. Each player gets 1 water. Water, water, water. Each player creates a bank next to the game board containing Solari, water, and spice. So there's our water bank, here's our spice bank, and here is our Solari bank. So we can have this on the side of the board. Large tokens are 5, small tokens are 1. Water only has the 1 token. Next we will place so again, I have to make decks for them. They're not well shuffled, so I'll just kind of place each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will shuffle that back in. Only Paul will get the deck, because then we're going to go into the solo rule setup. So then we set up down on G2. It says in G1, place 2 of your agents on your leader. So we place 2 agents on the leader. And we paste the remaining agent on the board. We place the remaining agents next to the board here. Okay. Next, we place your combat marker on the space 0 of the combat track. So the combat track is where? G3. G3 combat track is right here, space 0. So we place our 3 combat tokens on space 0 here. We place 4 cubes, 1 each, on the bottom space of the influence track. The bottom space of the influence track, G4. That's down here. 1 each. So we just place 1 each. It's just 3. Okay. And next we will place 12 cubes represent your troops. Place 3 in one of the 4 circular garrisons on the game board. So this cubes, 3, 3, and 3. Next we have the place the remaining supply clear view of the players here. So we can put these here as well, these here, and these here. We'll have Paul go first as player 1. He gets the token. And then lastly, we'll just check out the solo rules. And it says for solo play setup, remove the House Haggle deck, all the cards that say 2 player. So these have been removed from House Haggle. We can remove those across. The rest of the House Haggle deck, and we will then place this House Haggle deck beside as well. We'll put this up here. And looks like we're set up. So that's, I'll get this cleaned up. I'll reshuffle the decks and I'll walk through that when we start turn 1. So that's going to be our setup for Dune Imperium. Like I mentioned, if you like our videos, please leave a comment below. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell and you can keep track of when we have our different gameplays that come out. Down in the description, you can join us on Instagram. Check us out on Patreon. And as I mentioned, Dune Revenant is supporting the channel. Links below if you want to partake in the Dune festivities this month. Let me know below if you see the Dune movie and what your thoughts of it are. And we'll see you in turn 1 over here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.